Hi, and welcome back to livefreebu.com, or if you're watching this on YouTube. The video I want to do today is going to have to do with food, and there's a specific example that I want to talk about. It's a food that I actually grow the tree for, and hopefully down the road, a year or two, I hope to get some of the food from that tree so that I can eat it, obviously, for myself. What I'm talking about here is an avocado tree, and I actually have like 7 of them, and I'm going to show you those trees here in just a minute, but I want to cover this article first. Believe it or not, this, and I don't know if you're able to read the headline for that, but this is a newspaper article that one of my clients gave me because they know that I really love avocados, and I really enjoy gardening. I've gotten into it even though I'm not so great at it. This is my first attempt at it. But the article says, family avocado tree keeps bearing fruit. Now, I want to tell you this, and the subheadline is, after serving generations for 52 years, the tree is part of the family. Okay, let me make a few points here. Number one, I'm talking about this because at this website, Live Free BU, the whole goal is to develop ideas and ways to live a freer, better life. So on 2 accounts does this help a person do that. Number one is that when you grow your own food, you're not as dependent on anyone else for your food, clearly. So you're getting close to being free in that you have your own ability to supply your own food. So anytime gardening or anything like that is undertaken, you are moving yourself more towards living your own free life. Second is that avocados are a fantastic food for tons and tons of people. It's not perfect for everyone. There is no perfect food for everyone, so you have to just self-determine whether or not an avocado is right for you. It gives great fats from oils. Nearly all people do really well on fat sources provided by things like avocados, so it will help you to improve your health. And on top of all that, planting your own trees, you know where the food comes from. You know what you put into it. You know the soil you used, all that other stuff that goes into planting your own food. When you are producing your own food and fruit, you're less likely to put different chemicals in it because you know you're going to eat that food. So if you put something crappy in it, you know you're going to have to eat something crappy later. It's when we don't see what was put in it that we assume good things were put in it. So anyway, I just want to point out a few things in this article here. First of all, 52 years old. Okay, this tree is 52 years old now. I don't know how many avocados it produces. It looks like they're pretty big avocados. But if you go to the store, depending on where you live, I'll just give you an idea in Tampa here. An avocado cost me anywhere from $1, $1.10 to $1.70-ish. It depends on part of the season and all that other stuff. And some can be bigger and some can be smaller. So it really depends, but I literally eat, I'm not saying you should, you gotta self-determine. Maybe if you want to look at nutrition and figure out how much avocado you should be eating, go over to the nutrition area where I try to help you self-determine. Nutrition area of the membership area, where you self-determine what food you should eat. But I'm just telling you that I eat maybe 1 to 1.5 avocados every single day. So imagine how much, when I get my avocado trees producing, imagine how much money I'm going to be able to save if I eat 1 to 1.5 avocados every day, and they cost me $1.60 or $50 or $25. I mean, do the math on that one. I'm going to save a significant amount of money when I do that, and I'm going to feel really good about having created and planted my own trees and taking care of them and knowing where that food is from. And I believe I'll end up having so many that I'll end up giving it away. So I've already talked enough. I'm going to end the intro here, but 52 years this family has been producing avocados. All of the kids grew up with it. It looks like it was planted in 1959, and this is just pretty amazing to me. The seedling was planted, and about the only attention it got, according to Betty, was from 6-year-old Julie watering it with a garden hose. The kids grew up, married, and started families. Betty and Jack stayed at the Largo house. This is Largo, Florida. Soon, families with grandchildren returned for holidays, and the children who'd grown up there began to appreciate the unusually rich tasting avocados. This, 52 years. That's pretty awesome. So anyway, you can do that too, whether it's an avocado or some other plant or herb or whatever it might be. So the rest of this video is going to show you my avocado trees that I planted from seedlings. Okay? So hope you like it.
Okay, we're going to take a look at the different stages of the avocado here in this video so that you can get an idea of if you want to grow them or how you want to do it, if you want to use this at all. On the right hand side, that's a regular avocado. To the left of that is an avocado cut in half. In the middle of the bottom of the video, there's an avocado with a seed in it. So you'd start with the seed. You actually extract the seed out and then you go ahead and put it in this water. Okay, so what happens is the seed starts to crack, and that's a cracked seed right there. And I'm not going to show you how to do this stuff. I'm just going to show you, there's a seed right there. You pull that out. So I'm not going to show you how to do all this stuff. I'm just showing you the different stages. So you pull that seed out, and if you want to watch, there's a video that I linked to down below here that shows how to do this stuff. So there's another cracked seed. I'm going to pick it up and show you here. That's the first thing that happens once they're submerged in the water, is the seed starts to crack, and then right there at the bottom you start to see little roots out the bottom. This is maybe after 3 or 4 months, or actually 3 or 4 weeks to a couple months depending on the seed. And then here's this shows you a more developing root system. So I don't know how long that one's been in the water. Again, it could be 3 or 4 weeks to a couple months depending on whether or not the seed was split when it came out of the actual avocado. Okay, now here is one where the shoot is starting to grow out the top. You can see that the avocado is there in the planted only halfway. The seed's planted halfway into the soil there, and then the shoot's starting to grow out the top. Now, after watching a few videos, I may have been premature in pulling that one out, because apparently they want it to be a little bit taller like this one and have some leaves before you pull it out of the water. But I usually pull these out of the water before they get leaves. So that's kind of that's a seed that's probably several months old. Okay, here's a little taller one, and you see the process is the same. So I did these just from seeds, and I've left them, taken them from the water and putting them into the potted soil. I use organic soil. I like everything to be organic. But here's how you can see the leaves grow. Now, there's something interesting here that I want to make note of. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to graft these, and that's basically taking the buds of an already established fruit-bearing tree and graft it into these. That's what they do most of the time. It makes the process more reliable in fruit production, so you get more fruit produced if you do that, and then it produces quicker. And for me, while these are great plants, I want them to produce. The reason why I want them to produce is because I eat so much of them. An avocado at the store costs about $1.50. Okay, I literally eat maybe one or a little bit more than one a day. So if I were to eat one a day and I were to be able to produce my own avocados, that would save me about $550 a year. Okay, now that may seem like a lot of production, but one of these trees can actually produce 500 or so avocados per year. So that's a lot. It's a lot of money to be saved. And then anything else I produce on top of that, I'm just going to give away. So that's the idea to me, just to get a good, healthy avocado tree producing fruit, take off of it for myself, and then give away the fruit to someone else who might be in need of it. So that's all. That's all I wanted to show you. Hopefully, if you have a mind to get into planning, or that's at all a possibility for you, hopefully this video would have helped. So I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Take care.